Hello, my name's Colin Newton. I've been an educational psychologist for some 36 years. I'm also co-founder of Inclusive Solutions. We're passionate about inclusion and person-centered practice. And today I'd like to talk to you about preparing for a person-centered planning event. What do you need to have in place? So we're going to be talking about preparing a young person in this video. Obviously you can have group persons that are planning, but this is specifically when it's around an individual child or young person. So first up, you need to think, where will that young person be at their most comfortable? So ask them, do they need to be outside like this? Do they need to be inside? Do they need to be in a room that is very familiar to them? Or would they be okay in a kind of more neutral room? For school-age children, obviously, we often want to find a schoolroom for them, a classroom for them. But if they're, and that's great, as long as we can find somewhere they're comfortable. A classroom, maybe a bit of hall space, the gym, somewhere you've got enough space to assemble a group of people around a large piece of paper and with no tables, with as comfortable as chairs as possible. And remembering the group could be, could be 5, 10, could even be 20 plus people sitting in a semicircle facing that large piece of paper. So think about that from the outset, but constantly checking in with the young person. Where will they be comfortable? Generally, if you ask young people, where are you most comfortable? They're going to say, my bedroom, which is fair enough, but probably we're not going to get 10, 20 people in there, are we? So think carefully about where this space might be for the young person to be the most comfortable. So a bit of negotiation. If they're out of school and they've been out of school for a long time, going into the school for a meeting is just way out of their comfort zone, maybe the lounge of where they live might work. If there is enough wall space, the family don't mind some paper going up on the wall. Or maybe you're going to have to find somewhere more neutral, some sort of church hall, some other kind of neutral setting that maybe isn't the school, but maybe it's just that little step beyond. So first think about the space you're going to be working in. Obviously all the time negotiating with the young person, that's part of the preparation. Then you can think about with the young person, well, who do they want to invite? Ideally, they'll invite them. They'll maybe create some invitation with a bit of help from you that they could write, perhaps. So you need to think about who loves them, who really cares about them, who's friends with them, who's kind of in their life, and who's a stakeholder who can really open up some doors to make some things happen in their life. And they're the kind of people we want in the room in preparation. Sometimes we would invite somebody along because the young person's expressed an interest. So there was a time where a young person, they wanted to be a poet. So we made sure there was a poet in the room. Even though the child had never met this poet in their life before, we made sure they were present. So thinking a little bit out of the box as you're doing a piece of this in preparation all helps. So you've got your room, you've got your space thought about, you've got somewhere with enough wall space for the paper, you're thinking about the seats, comfortable in a kind of semicircle around that. Now thinking of other things that will make that young person comfortable in the gathering, in the meeting. Well, it could be thinking about food and drink, of course. They may have favourite snacks they really kind of like. Maybe there's a certain brand of crisps. Well, if there is, let's have them on every one of the seats. They may have a certain kind of music they love. Well, you want to make sure you've got a playlist built around the music they love. I remember a young man, he loved boxing, so the Rocky kind of album, he just loved all the music of the Rocky film. Fabulous. And lots of that was very motivational. We had it playing as he came in, you could see him straighten. As soon as he heard that music playing, he just loved it. It just kind of strode in. So music, snacks, comfortable seats, getting the right people in the room in advance, all key aspects of the preparation. And I guess the importance of briefing key people as well. Sometimes the professionals can screw things up without meaning to, being extra helpful, trying to fulfill their role. So they need to know, put your files to one side here, come barehanded, sit in the group with everybody else, come as yourself, bring your heart as well as your mind here. That kind of preparation is probably as important as the preparation you may be doing with the young person. Finally, you probably want to go through the steps that we're going to be going through with the young person. So if it's a path, the steps of the path. If it's a map, the steps of the map. And you'll find there's another YouTube clip. If you follow the link here, you'll see the map or the path processes. So you might want to just take them through the video or just talk them through the various steps. So the young person has no surprises. Everybody kind of knows what's expected of them. There's everything you've done to prepare the young person and to ensure this setting is as comfortable as it possibly can be. That's really your watchword. Keep it comfortable. And ultimately, what you're really preparing for is something that should feel more like a party and less like a meeting. So, thank you very much for listening. If you like this, just give us a like. If you've got a comment you want to make about it, please add a comment to the section below. If you would love to receive more of this kind of content, just subscribe and we'll send it to you. We're creating videos like this most weeks. So, lovely talking to you. Thanks for listening.